What's up, everybody? It's your girl Xavier, and I am back with another video. This video will be about DMX. I don't believe I covered his death and how I felt about it, but I will go into detail about that. But this video is mainly about a viral clip that I seen on Instagram, so I had to come on over to YouTube and see the whole thing for myself for the first time. What I'm speaking about is DMX having a conversation with his son, and this conversation was documented on Iyanla Fix My Life. Now, honestly and wholeheartedly, I would love to talk to Iyanla. I've seen a lot of people really just not be open to the process. And if you come from where I come from, where mental health is not discussed that much, but you are very conscious and aware of certain things relating to mental health, but you still need some help, you know what I'm saying? You still want somebody to talk to that you'll feel like will understand. So that's one huge reason why I would want to talk to Iyanla. And, you know, when I see people that shut down in the process and don't give it their all, it makes me mad, you know? And honestly, DMX did just that. Now, it already triggered me to see the viral clip on Instagram because I read the comments after I watched it, and it seemed like nobody was really understanding what was going on, okay? So I'm here to break that down, and I'm here to shed some more light on, you know, being in a position as DMX's son is, because I can't say that a lot of his childhood is relatable to mine. I can't say that I feel a certain sadness for him as I felt for myself and people like me, you know, that grew up not only in poverty, but with certain adversities that we ain't asked for. It ain't even about being black, you know what I'm saying? It's about being born into shit that's chaotic. It's about being born into stuff that you really don't have no explanation for as a juvenile or as a child, you know? It's a lot that you gotta teach yourself when you grow up like that. You gotta teach yourself right from wrong, because a lot is not going to be explained to you. You got to decipher the truth and a lie real quick. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of challenges come with that. Now, let me just go into detail about what episode I was watching, you know what I'm saying, and what the clip was about. I am going to speak wholeheartedly about how I feel about DMX, you know, him having 15 kids and what that can do. Now, DMX is undoubtedly one of the best rappers of all time, you know what I'm saying, but has his popularity of a degree, you know, gave him a pass, a huge pass in his behavior, a huge pass in his drug addiction, his alcoholism. Yes. I feel like, you know, his likeliness, that's what I'll say, because it's not really popularity when the money still don't be coming in and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not the right popularity, but it's a likeliness where a lot of generations are familiar with DMX, and I mean, his music just does something to you. It makes you come alive. You know what I'm saying? And I respect him for that. I respect him for his artistry. He was a very great actor as well. And I wish he would have stuck with it. You know, but I'm not going to lie. You know, I feel a certain level of disappointment. You know, just as an elder of mine in my family, it's the same level of disappointment that I have. You know what I'm saying? Is that disrespectful to say no? Because it's a disappointment that I have towards DMX and towards, you know, some of my elders who can't seem to shake a level of addiction that can harm them. A level of addiction that has lasted for decades, and a sensible person would be like, how long do you think this is going to last? You know, God can't give you but so many chances. And especially with him having 10 plus kids, it's like you have to expect as a person that once they get older, they will have an opinion. I want everybody to know, if you have a small child right now, if you are raising your children, know that it is important what you show them and how you show up, how you present yourself as a parent, as a father, as a mother, because they will have questions that you're going to have to answer. You're going to have to answer those questions. You're going to have to deal with that tension. You're going to have to deal with that bitterness. And you will say as a parent that it is disrespect, but it's not. Our kids are going to have a right to their opinion. And it's going to be our responsibility as their elders to digest that and respond with a, conducive and positive response. It's no time to be defensive. You know what I'm saying? With your offspring once they get older. No time. Cause guess what? We all grown then. It's time to have the conversations that we need to have. And that's where I'm at. It takes a very strong individual to decipher, okay, this is something that I really should do, because I'm seeing my parents do it. Or this is something that I really shouldn't do, even though they're doing it. It's either one or the two. And I was just telling my mom this in conversation, like, something that our elders need to know is, y'all might have had drug addictions or even the slightest thing. Y'all like to party a lot. Party animals or sex addictions or what have you. I feel like the generations that's coming up now have it 10 times worse and take it way too far. They take it up 10 notches. And I'm saying they, and it's we. What anger y'all had, we have it 10 times worse. What temperament y'all might have had, we don't have. And it's a choice, a conscious choice that we made. The Iyanla Fix My Life episode was basically DMX's son telling his father what he wants from him. No, we're not talking about riches. We're not talking about him being put in a will. We're talking about him asking his father for a healthy relationship. And a healthy relationship is just that. His father being healthy, him being healthy, is no contradictions in that. But it's all about if his father wants to help, and it showed that he didn't. It bothered me because I sensed a lot of manipulation on DMX's part, and that's due to the drug addiction. You know what I'm saying? Him not wanting to stop what he was doing at the time. Now, this episode was about 8 years ago. Since that time, he did get arrested a couple times, a handful of times, if you will. He did do a prison stint for tax evasion or tax fraud, something like that. A few years before his passing, it really did seem like he was getting one with God, and he was turning a new leaf in one way or another, Can we say that he fully stopped doing drugs? I don't think so. Is it easier said than done? I can say yes, it is. It's no judgment in my heart because I have elders that's doing the same things. It's no judgment in my heart, but we got to be honest when we talking about it, And that's something that I feel like people don't do enough. Now, I don't think my folks would want me talking about anything of my childhood or of how I was raised and what I have seen. And they would think it was disrespectful. But I still want to speak my truth. And however which way it would get back to them, it is what it is. The thing about it is, in my eyes and in my generation's eyes, it is not disrespect to tell the truth and to speak our truth, because that's all we have. That's all we have. That's all we were born with. We wasn't born with no riches. We wasn't born with nothing, not even no clothes on our back. But we was born with eyes to see. We was born to, you know, grow up with some sense or without it. But be conscious enough. DMX's son was saying that he wants a healthy relationship out of his father. He was sitting right in front of DMX saying this. He got to the part where he was saying he wanted him to be clean. And DMX automatically shut that down. You know, that was a no. And his angle on saying no was there is no conditions on love. But to me, there is levels to love. I don't care what the relationship is with family. I do not have to accept you being on drugs, and if I want a relationship with you, I have to accept you in that state. That's not right. That's not right to say. You do have a right as a person to have boundaries, because a lot of the time, whether it's a family member or a friend, those boundaries that you're not speaking on, that you're not making known that is your boundaries, are going to get crossed. And then it becomes a really big problem when you speak your boundaries and it still gets crossed, you know? So DMX saying that there is no conditions on love and he's never had any conditions on loving him, that's probably not true, you know? And it's not true because you shutting down what he's saying and making it a condition. You're making it a condition by saying, you're going to have to accept me just how I am. Drugs, alcohol, weed, and mind you, you know, I find it like really crazy how people that are on hard drugs, they sweep right past saying that they're on it. If you go to the clip, and it will be in the description, DMX said, I was on weed before you was born. I was on alcohol before you was born. And didn't mention anything about cocaine or crack. Why? You know, it's the same thing with Whitney Houston. It's like, crack is whack. Yeah, it's whack, but you do it and you're ashamed of saying it, you know, but you act a certain way where it's blatantly obvious that you're on that. For me, I know exactly when my folks is on it. Not even just if it's loud or, you know, a lot of chaoticness. It's their facial expressions. It's their mannerisms. It's a totally different person. And it's scary. Okay? This is a positive, this is one of the most positive spaces that I've had in a very long time, you know? So I don't have no problem with saying it. That's some scary shit to witness, you know? A person that you love, a person that raised you, completely changed before your eyes. And I know exactly how it smells, okay? It smells something like a wet dog to me, all right? And that's just one of, you know, one of those smells. Okay, I put it like that. But I sensed a lot of manipulation on DMX's part in this conversation, including him saying, you know, if you don't accept me like this, we will not have a relationship. I'm not letting that fly. And I'll see you at my funeral. And that's something that's just totally fucked up to say. You know, you don't know how many years you have left. And that was only 8 years ago. So that's not even a whole decade that he had left. I don't know when it was recorded, but they don't, it's like they recorded and then maybe a few months later they air it. So it couldn't have been that much, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. All right. That's just something that's so fucked up to say. I can't even imagine coming out my mouth saying that to my child. It's so wrong to say. And that's like wholeheartedly, that's manipulation. I'm telling y'all, because I've been through it. I've been through it, you know. You could say one or two things to them and they take it as disrespect 100% and then say some real fucked up shit to you. Some real fucked up shit that might make you cry. Or in my case, you know, it made me cry, but it made me stronger. Can't nobody say shit. Can't nobody say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody say nothing to me because I've had the worst said. Moving past that, manipulation is what you see. And that's something that I want y'all to know. Like, y'all got to decipher what it is. I've been through it, so I'm telling you. And I'm so glad that Ayanna stood up to him. You know what I'm saying? Because how you going to say, I'm going to see you at my funeral, but then you going to tell him to get up and give you a hug? He don't have to give you no hug after you say nothing like that. That's manipulation as well. That's, why you trying to play me as a person? Like, that's like somebody chumping you, almost like smacking you in the face, and they're saying, get up and give me a hug. No. You just humiliating me. You just humiliating me, and you telling me to get up and give you a hug because you so-and-so. I don't move like that. And I respect DMX's son for not getting up. Okay? That's not how a relationship is supposed to go. It can be a lot healthier than that. It doesn't have to be any manipulation or sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Because DMX said, I have so much to offer my son and he doesn't want anything from me. You better be glad he not asking you for a check. You better be glad his mother, whoever the nice lady is, ain't asking for no child support. Or maybe she got it. I don't know that situation. But you better be glad he not one of those children that always got their hand out, because it's so many kids out here and they not kids no more. You know what I'm saying? They got their hand out for real. That's in their parents' pockets still. Okay? That's asking, oh, can you pay for my car? And can you pay for this? And can you pay for that? And can you pay? And most of the time, their parents ain't, you know, rapper status. They parents ain't, you know, they not DMX. And they still asking, and they still ungrateful. I did not hear DMX's son ask him for anything monetary. There was nothing monetary that he asked. He just asked for a healthy relationship, and just the smallest thing that he asked, he gets denied, you know. But I respect him for taking it as well as he did, because family disputes that turn into fights is never good. You know, it's never good when it turns into an all-out brawl. I at least respected both parties for not getting too upset to the point where either side popped off. You know what I'm saying? Because I would not want that to happen. I would not want to see that happen or anything like that. No family should resort to that, because strangers resort to that. You know, too many strangers out here resort to just fighting and not having a conversation. Family shouldn't. So hear your kids out. I can't wait until, you know, the day where my child gets of a certain age where we can talk about every and anything, and I would not be defensive. You know, I would be wholeheartedly honest, and I will answer her questions. That's our responsibility. We supposed to raise them to be able to provide for themselves and, you know, have a certain work ethic. Yes. But also, you know, it's our responsibility to give them the answers that they need, not lie to them. And we not supposed to put conditions. We put conditions on love. We telling them it's supposed to be no contradictions. We telling them it's not supposed to be no love, no conditions on love, but we're putting conditions on love. That's not right. So if you anything like that, if you want to be defensive and things like that, it's certain things that you got to work on before your kids get a certain age, because you will not have a relationship with them. That's just the reality of it. That's just where we are. It's your girl, B. Octavia. It's time for a lot of people to be honest. You know, it'll make everybody feel better. This video, me doing this video, made me feel a lot better. And that's what it's all about. So thank you again for 11,000 subscribers. Every time I see it, it just makes me feel a whole nother level of blessed, because coming from the concrete, coming from the pavement, this shit feel good. I'm not even gonna lie. So it's your girl, B. Octavia. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video. I want y'all to like this one, because when you like it, it do something cute. And that's all I'm going to say. It do something cute. So like it, and then you're going to see what it do. Don't unlike it after that. You know what I'm saying?